Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Panther. It's a tier 7 German medium. It's located on the northeast spawn of Outpost, and it's under the command of mongoosejake, or mongoosejake I should say, of the SF clan. Now, 3 marks of excellence on the barrel, so you should know how to handle a Panther. It's armed with a 75mm main gun, which is capable of doing 135 alpha and 198mm pen with standard AP. With the APCR that goes up to 244, and with the HE rounds he's capable of 175 alpha and 38mm pen. Now this is the tank that the Germans built after they came in contact with the T-34 and they saw what angled armor could do, and it's quite an effective tank. In fact, the Germans did make rather a lot of them. 5,796 Panthers were built, and they were produced between January of 1943 and April of 1945, and after the war too. Yes, the British actually built them under license. Well, not really under license, but they finished off a lot of the Panthers that were sitting around on the production line with the help of German workers. Of course, there was a lot of British workers in there as well, because they needed Panthers for testing. They were actually wanted to find out why this tank was so capable, and so they could. They needed some pristine versions to actually take back and then test on the ranges. You can actually tell the difference between a German-produced Panther and a British-produced one, because the German ones were much better. Okay, well, we're in contact with the enemy. Tier 8 game with tier 7 tanks in it. 2 Arty on either team as well. He's being very cautious at the moment. The standard reload for this gun is 3.84 seconds. He's got 3.2. We've got Skoda T17 over there. It's playing hardball with one of our guys. And we finally get our first shot in on the Skoda for 114, which is a low roll. Now you can see from the achievements on the back of the vehicle, yes, he's been in action quite a lot. Got loads of ace tankers and also high calibers in this vehicle. But it looks like for the moment he's decided that this is a bit of a stalemate over here, and so he's actually headed back to try and shoot the enemy on the other side, on the other flank. He probably recognizes that it's just too difficult to get through on this flank. So, and the enemy is more than stopped by the number of tanks we've got. Now, the Panther is basically a VK3002M, but with more health and a better gun. As I said, it was designed originally to counter the T-34, and it was supposed to replace the Panzer IV and the Panzer III. So technically speaking, it is the Panzer V. In fact, actually that's what it was called, the Panzerkampfwagen V. It is, in technically speaking, a sniper tank, because it's very good at shooting at long range. It's got outstanding pen and very accurate. It's got a reasonably large health pool as well, at 1,300 hit points. Well, now that's actually been bumped up to 1,400. Was 1,300. They've actually added 100 on. You could say, in a sense, it's a bit like a fast heavy rather than a medium. Hello, first target we can hit from this side. That Zwilling pulled back just at the right moment, but I'm not sure he actually realised what he was in for. And now we've got the Scorpion up there, and he's been tracked. Now go for it again. And again, use the HE rounds if you can. He's still using standard AP. Okay, can punch this one, but miss with that round. Trying to go for the engine bay. Got the turret there. Zwilling didn't like that. He got the engine bay, but he didn't get the kill. The kill shot went to the GW Panther on our team. But here we've got a tier 7 T28 HDC, and he can easily get through the side. Can he get the kill shot? No, he tracked him there. Well, tracked him, but he fixed his tracks and he's pulled back into cover. So he knows he's a one-shot for this Panther. So wait in there just for a second. Go unspotted. No, he can't go unspotted, actually. Oh, he has gone unspotted now. Sorry. I was thinking that maybe our guys a little to the south couldn't actually see him, or could see him. Now you can see our teammate in the Scorpion. That's the tier 8 Scorpion. There's decided to pop up. Oh, now this is interesting. The AMX 5100 making a quick run, and he's out the game. Bad decision there. So that's a kill. Well, he hit the tracks, and that's made the T28 HTC pull back in again. Oh, there was a blind kill there on the Scorpion. He reckoned that the Scorpion was still there, just unspotted, and he was totally correct, so he's just gained himself another kill. This is a 2 replay video, by the way. mongoosejake has actually supplied this replay and another one, so you'll get to see him in action elsewhere. Top speed of this medium is 55 kilometers an hour, but you can beef that up if you use grousers or turbo. Okay, now with the help of the Scorpion G here, what have we got down here? We've got the AC. Oh, that was unfortunate, that. We went for the weak spot. Can we get the kill shot? No. Ricocheted off. Go for it again. Yes, got him this time. Hit at the weak spot on the viewport on the AC, and yes, it took it out. So 3 kills now for mongoosejake. Now he can take out that T28 HTC with just 1 round through the lower plate. He's been spotted crossing this area here. Oh, and that was unfortunate. That was an SU-130PM, and we've just lost 598 hit points with 1 hit from their tank destroyer. Yeah, he's trying to indicate that guy should be taken out by Arty if we can. Very important that we take that one out with Arty. Because, of course, Arty will easily be able to pen an SU-130PM. They're not so easy to spot for a medium tank, but they are certainly easy for Arty to pen. Oh, here we go. And that was a Striv S1 that he died with 1 hit. And that's 4 kills. But we took a big 105mm round for 340 hit points. So, yeah, that's kind of annoying. Because now we're down to 1/3 of our hit points left. Okay, so we've got the armor-piercing rounds loaded. Ooh! SU-130PM actually came out to the opium, but it was the Scorpion who picked him off. So that's a major problem gone, because now there's only 2 enemies left, the T28 HTC and the S51. Well, I think the T28's probably pulled back by now. Oh, he hasn't! Bad news for him. Oh, we bounced around and he got us with the 105mm. So now we'll come round and 1 in the side and he's out the game. And that means now the only remaining enemy is the S51. And he's hiding here just for the moment because he doesn't want the enemy S51 to fire into this area and kill him. Because he could die after losing that 365 hit points and 20 hit points to a ram. He's down to 77 now, so he's a splash kill for an S51 aimed at the right spot. Okay, so he's going to use his speed here. Builds up speed to get past this T-34-2 GFT. We reckon he must be over in this area. Hopefully the others realise that he's actually on for a Top Gun. But he could let the Scorpion... Well, the Scorpion might take him out with just 1 round. And he's found him. Oh, he's actually over here. They missed him. So we're going to have to be driving over. He's out in the open. We can get him with one shot. Oh, two shots, sorry. But he dives into the ditch. And our GW Panther's going after him as well. The T-34 2 GFT's got the advantage. Oh, missed out on the top gun. The kill shot goes to our M12, coming in from above. But it's still a victory for mongoosejake. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for mongoosejake of SF in the Panther. He managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, which is one short of getting that top gun, and he would have had it if only he'd managed to get to that S51 first. He also managed to get a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and top of that, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a bruiser for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. He also picked up an epic medal. He got an Oskins medal. Now, to do this, you actually have to kill 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers in a medium tank that are 1 tier higher than your own. And of course, that means that they had to be tier 8 tanks that he took out. And, well, he took out the Strip. That's the tier 8. And the AMX 5100, I think that's a tier 8 as well. And he took out the Scorpion. That's a tier 8 for sure. So well done on that. Let's have a look at the win 8. That was 3,992, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in this one because that went to the Scorpion, who picked up a tank sniper, not a high caliber, for 3,301, and that was because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. He got 3,301. The second highest was the Zwilling, who managed to get 2,862, and in third place it was our GW Panther. He got 2,528 hit points of damage. And we can see that mongoosejake got 1,872, which means he was beaten by 3 members of the enemy team. 2 members of his own team, places him 6th when it comes to damage. When it comes to kills, though, he definitely got the highest. He got 5 kills. 2 kills went to the Scorpion, the GW Panther, and the M12, who got the last kill of the game. And, of course, the only player on the enemy team who got more than 1 kill was their Strib S1. And when it came to base XP, he got that one too. In fact, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base. mongoosejake got 1,325. The second place was the Scorpion with 972. Third place was the GW Panther with 970. He fired 25 rounds in the game. He got 21 direct hits and 16 penetrations. 1,872 hit points of damage, of which 1,203 were at more than 300 meters. 3 hits received, all 3 penetrated. The armor on the Panther isn't particularly strong, except on the front of the turret, where it's 120 millimeters. Everything else is either 60 or below, except for the front of the armor on the hull, which is 85. So if you angle the hull, you can actually make that slightly thicker. He's also got 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 1,589 hit points of spotting assist in that game. On a premium count, he actually earned a profit, 29,331 credits. He also made 3,975 experience points out of that one as well. I believe he did use standard ammo through most of the game. In fact, all of the game, I think. Anyway, let's have a look at the second replay that mongoosejake has sent in. The second replay is in the Tier 7 Polish tank destroyer, the Gowika. We're on the west spawn of Sand River, and we're following mongoosejake in a Tier 7 game. Well, this tank destroyer was built to replace the Su-100s and the ISU-122s that the Polish army inherited from the Soviets after the end of the Second World War. It never got accepted, so it was actually replaced by a better design. Now, the main gun is a 122mm. It's capable of doing 420 Alpha and 202mm of pen with standard ammo. With the APCR, that goes up to 245mm. He spotted the enemy off in the distance, but their scouts, it's the AMD 178B and the Cromwell. Cromwell made a big mistake there, and he took that round. fact, the Arty got a shot in there as well. Now, obviously, mongoosejake is using the tried to tag the AMD, did do a bit of leading on the target. Oh, and an T-3485M turned up. The standard reload is 11.51 seconds, which is not bad for a 122 at this stage. It's not loaded. He did take a round there from the T-3485. Wasn't fully dialed in, but fired the round back. MD's moving quite fast, but that's the guy who's really being a bit of a problem. Yeah, he should just steady the aim, wait for the guy to move through the field of fire. Here comes the AMD again. Nope, not loaded. So the reload really does let you down on this one. But there again, it is a 122. If you do hit them, you're doing a lot of damage. Okay, he's decided to go the other side. Of course, he doesn't have the protection of the rock from this side, although it's actually protecting him from the riverbed. If he pokes out to try and shoot at that T-3485, he's probably going to get hit squarely. I think they were having difficulty trying to get at him. Oh, and the reason why he did that was this. And there goes the T-3485. He showed his rear and left his rear open. And of course, this is a fairly accurate gun, so he just planted a round right into the rear of him. Okay, here comes the enemy. Tried to nail that AMD. If he got him or he tagged him, that will be a one-shot. But we'll get this M6. Hello, Mr. M6. Yep, easy hit there, 435, but he is going to fire back in this general direction. We do have fairly good frontal armor, 180 millimeters, so even a 90 millimeter round is going to have difficulty. And that was a 90 millimeter round, and he just, well, basically didn't pen. 454 hit points, but we did get spotted. Well, we are very close to the bushes when we're shooting. Oh, just so close to getting that shot onto the engine bay. But look at this, the AMD cheekily comes around here, and we can't allow that to happen. And he dies anyway, not to us, to the E25 on our team. It's good that we've got a bodyguard in the E25. So there is a KV2 sitting out in the dunes at this moment, looking to try and get a shot in this general direction. And I think he's going to come down here. There is that M6, he's still there. In fact, he's gone to the other end of the riverbed. But I think the AMD on our team has decided, yes, that's enough's enough. He's going to do to him what the AMD was trying to do to us. And he did. That's a surprisingly big tank destroyer, but only 4 crew. And these are big 122mm shells, so they are pretty hefty to move about. There's only one loader. You'd think that there would be 2, actually. And he's decided to go up high so he can shoot down on that KV2, who's actually moved fairly close to the village now. And by going up here, we're actually fairly vulnerable to that KV2 if he can see us. In fact, yes, I'm not sure he can see us, but he is there. Now, can we get a shot? No. He's just the other side of a dune. But from here, we're in a much better position to deal with that Churchill. Not Churchill, rather the Cromwell. And guys in the river valley. You can see the Arty's moved up here as well. Well, at least one of them has. Still no shot on that KV2. Well, there's no enemy tanks as far as we can tell to the south of us, but I think he's doing this because he thinks there might be. There's more enemy out there than there are us. We've got 8. They've got 8 tanks still alive. We've only got 5 now, and that's including both Arty. If the enemy was smart, they would do a run through the dunes. Okay, right, see if we can nail this one. Lovely shot, one shot on the MT-25. Now that guy should have actually come up the south end. We just lost our M44. Their 555C saw us, or saw him. We're now having to cover for the south approach, as well as the riverbed. Oh, the KV-2's got very close now. So we have to deal with this problem. Over by the wreck. That's it. Nice. Settles the gun. Yep, easy pen. 420 makes him a one shot for the next. Well, a two shot maybe for the next one. But there's an SU-122-44 following him up, and we need to deal with that guy as well. And our shell goes right through his armor, even though he's got angled armor. There's a Tiger P down in the valley. He's having a look. And one in the engine bay, and he's out the game. So that's 3 kills now. The KV-2 goes down. Here's the SU-122-44. We're going to push. Thank you. And that's another kill for 4. And in fact, actually, we got a thanks there for taking him out. And that came in from the E25. Okay, who we got now? Tiger P coming directly towards us. Well, I'm sorry, but engine bay time. And he was trying to get a fire there. 457. So that's a high roll. The enemy are down to 3 players now. They've really been badly decimated. Well, decimated, not decimated, but certainly they've been chopped to pieces by Gowika's gun. The E25's decided to go down the riverbed, which is probably not the wise decision, but I think he's actually trying to spot for us. There's Firefly out there. He's trying to use the dunes for cover. I think he suddenly realised you're probably safer going through the dunes to get this way. Mongoosejake keeps making as if he's going to move in that general direction. I thought for a second we saw a shell fly past us, but no, it may have been somebody's firing this general direction. In fact, they're blind firing the bushes. The 3 tanks they've got left are the Tiger P, the Cromwell B, and the 555C. Now, I think that the Cromwell is the north bank, and he's firing in this general direction at the bushes, trying to find us. The 555C's here. Hello. Thank you very much. 1 round in. Oh, he got a fire. And the fire extinguisher went off. He's a one shot now, and he's toast. Gets 1 round on us, and oh, he's not toast. Oh, and he fires again. So we got that 17-pounder working its magic on us. But we need a kill shot now, and he gets it. We've lost a fair number of hit points. He got 3 shots in, that Firefly. That's cost us. But the Tiger P gets taken out by the E25. And that means now there's only 1 left. It's the Cromwell B. And we both know that he's badly damaged because he took rounds from us early on in the game. That's what made him pull back and say, well, I'm not enjoying this game. I'll shoot from a distance. E25 is determined to get to the cap. I'm not sure if he wants an invader medal. He's looking for the Cromwell B on the way. But if he does meet the Cromwell B, he will get the kill before we do. And we've got 5 kills, just like in the other battle. 5 kills already, 1 needed to get a Top Gun. If the E25 finds him, it'd be nice actually if he could use, let us get it. And he's used 0 premium ammo so far, just standard AP. He's pointed that out in chat. So well done to him. But it just goes to show how powerful these 122mm rounds are. They really are very powerful. It wasn't just the SU-100 and the it was also the ISU-122 that this tank destroyer was supposed to replace. Poland was actually building T-54s by then and T-34-85s under license. They weren't thinking about starting their tank industry again, though. Because, of course, the Poles have always been very independently minded people. And in fact, actually, I belong to a clan, which is basically a Polish clan. Oh, he's round, he's behind us. Well, can we get the kill? He's trying to get resets from the desert. Okay, so, see what we can do. Only 5 hit points left. You can sneeze on him and he'd die. And he clears that kill and earns his Top Gun just like that. Well played. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tanker for mongoosejake of SF in the Gowika. Very well done indeed. You can tell it's his first ace because he's got the scrolls underneath and you only get that once. He also managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. Sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy. Master Gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating shots in a row, just goes to show how good that gun is. And also a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 6. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in this game, and he got his Top Gun by killing the last enemy tank. So very well done. His win rate was 15,957, and as he said, he did the battle with standard AP. That gun is so good, and the pen's so good, that yes, you can do that. Okay, let's have a look at team score. Well, definitely the top of the table on this one. 5,342 hit points of damage went to mongoosejake. Second highest in this one was the E25, who was still alive and capping. He got 1,656 hit points. Third highest was the Tiger P on the enemy team, who managed 1,574. When it came to kills, there was only one person in it. mongoosejake got 6. The E25 managed to get 4 kills. Our AMD 178B got a Pescucci's medal and 3 kills, but he did get taken out. And when it came to base XP, I should say the Chi2 SP on the enemy team also got 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, we can see that mongoosejake got that as well, which means that he's got the top in all 3 columns. He got 1,672 from this demonstration, and 1,035 went to the E25. They were the only 2 players to survive the battle and also to get over 1,000 base. 766 in third place went to the Tiger 1 on our team. mongoosejake fired 20 rounds in that one. He got 15 direct hits and 15 penetrations. 5,342 hit points of damage, of which 888 were at more than 300 meters. So most of the damage at close range. 7 hits received from the enemy, of which only 4 penetrated, 3 non-penetrations. 3 of those hits came from the 17-pounder on that Firefly, and they just punched in, and he was very unlucky not to kill him on his second shot, because, or was it the third shot? I think it was the second one, actually, because Wargaming decided to leave the Firefly with just a minimal hit points left. And, of course, that allowed the Firefly to get another shot in before he was wiped out. So 3 non-penetrations. Most of those rounds just bounced off the armor. 570 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, and 106 hit points of spotting assist, or damage assist, I think, in that game. So he earned 51,045 credits profit from that one on a premium count, and 5,016 experience points out of that game as well. So very well done. Congratulations on your first ace in the Gowika. I hope you enjoyed both of those replays. This one, and of course the previous one in the Panther, shows that mongoosejake is actually playing quite nicely at tier 7. And the fact that he's got 3 marks on his Panther's gun shows that he's quite deadly. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like, and thank you for watching.